The 2022 Athena finalists have been announced, and we're going to find out about them in this edition of 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio are two Rotarians. It's the Jasper Rotary Club that puts on the Athena Awards. Joining us in the studio is Julie Duchess and Tonya Heim.
Good morning, Bill.
Good morning. We're going to be talking about the finalists for the Athena Awards. First of all, just for those that don't know, what is the Athena Award that Jasper Rotary does?
So Athena is an international award that was started a number of years ago in order to recognize women who have been successful and to create role models for young women, really is the gist of it. Here in Jasper, the Rotary Club of Jasper started our Athena event 10 years ago. This is year number 10 to recognize local women because nobody else was doing that here in the county. And so Dan Collion really brought it to the club. He has daughters, so it was important to him to have role models for his daughters. And so the club felt like it would be a good event. It has been a wonderful event for us. So we're just excited to have it continue.
This is an event that really touches a lot of different lives in many ways. One, the main thing is the Athena recipient and the finalists being honored, but they each select a charity that the money that they get goes to. Right. And then this is also a fundraiser for the Jasper Rotary Club, but we'll get into that a little bit later on. I think now let's announce who your finalists are.
Okay, we have 4 great finalists this year. So Pat Tin is our first finalist that I want to talk about. And you know, if you had to identify a name or a list of names of people who have contributed to quality of place in our community, Pat Tin would be at the top of that list. Our second finalist is Rosina Sandoval Monsivas. Rosina is the Director of Community Engagement at Southwest DuBois County Schools. She's a first-generation immigrant to our community, actually gave up a professional practice of psychology before she moved. It was a hard decision to make that move. And so she is very busy working not only to benefit the students and families at Southwest DuBois. Her impact is really community-wide, county-wide, even beyond that. Rosina is a coalition builder. That's kind of the gist of what I saw from her nomination. She's got lots of partnerships with universities and government agencies and lots of different people in order to accomplish her goal to level the field and allow these young immigrants to be successful in the community. Lee Siegel is our next one. Lee is the Director of Marketing at Kimball International.
Kimball Electronics.
I'm sorry, Kimball
Electronics, okay.
I knew I was going to mess that up. But anyway, Lee, she is a get-her-done kind of person. Yeah. She's very creative. She has accomplished a lot for Kimball Electronics. Really worldwide, she's accomplished a lot for Kimball Electronics. In the midst of all of that, she went back and completed her MBA in a year while her boys were in college, her kids were in college, and she
still worked full-time.
She still worked full-time, and she was still involved with Strassenfest and Sister Cities, and the list goes on with Lee. So she's had a big impact on our community. And then our fourth finalist this year is Joyce Beck. Joyce is from Ferdinand. Rosina lives in Huntingburg. So we've got a nice combination of, where our finalists are from this year. Joyce Beck is a nurse. I've known her. I worked with her, many years ago. But she's also been a business owner, restaurant owner. And I would say, if you wanted to sum up Joyce is the kind of person that sees a need and makes sure it gets met. She doesn't wait to be asked. She's there. She's there for a neighbor. She currently manages their rental properties for her family business. And if there's a tenant that needs help, she connects them to her network and she gets it taken care of to help them be successful. So I think that sort of sums up our 4 finalists this year.
And something to note about these finalists are not the I want attention sort of people.
No.
They do it because they do it for the right reason.
Yeah, they do.
And we certainly need more people to want to be heard about because they usually don't want to, as you stated. But it's so important for the next generations of people, and even people currently working in business or their own business or entrepreneurs, whatever, to hear we're going to hear 4 different how they got it done stories. It's amazing. And so this night, you heard a little snippet now. On August 18th, we're going to have the longer version story and the stories that really help people understand why people nominated.
Well, let's talk about August 18th.
Yeah.
Tickets are on sale.
They are.
So folks that know them, folks that don't know them, people that just want to go, you want to bring maybe a young person to see who the leaders in the community are. Those tickets are available, and how do you get tickets? And what? Because it's a meal. It's also a nice, really nice dinner.
It's a sit-down plated meal.
Yeah, it's very special. So everybody that goes just gets to sit down and wait till their food comes to them, and they get to enjoy the evening from start to finish. It really is meant, it was set up that way from the very beginning. And even though our pricing and things are going up, we've decided we're not going to change that. We haven't changed our sponsorship levels. They're still the same as they were back
10 years ago.
in 2012. Because what we believe is important is the recognition. This is our biggest fundraiser for the Rotary Club, and it really helps us to give back to our community in many ways. But we really feel, I liked that our club didn't just say, nope, we got to make more money. We said, let's keep the prices right now where they're at, and let's get the recognition for these women in our community, because that's why we really started it. Not totally for the funds, although that's why any club has events, right? But in this case, we want to make sure that everybody focuses on the 4.
So are you wanting people to go maybe to a Facebook page or contact you and get the ticket? And can they pay that night? Do they need to pay in advance, or is that?
They usually pay in advance.
Okay.
We really need that as we're trying to get things accomplished ahead of time. But you can go to jasperrotary.com, the www thing, the internet site. And when you select About Us, you'll see the Athena, and then when you select Athena, you have to do those things on websites. Then it'll pull up and you can click on the sponsorship letter. That will give you all the information. Now, Dan Colian has in advance sent letters out to everybody who was a sponsor last year. And so we start mostly with sponsorships, but as the time goes on and the hype gets a little bit more about this event, we get people that want individual tickets and those type of things. Same thing, they can go through that sponsorship letter, see my name or Dan Colian's name. Our emails are there. Actually, even on our website, you can send messages on the Facebook page and things, and we answer through there and get people signed up to how to get their tickets and how to send their money in. But it's $50 individually. And then our sponsorships are platinum. And can I go ahead
Sure.
and
Yes,
talk
you can.
about who
Yeah.
Because thank you to those sponsors who've already signed up, because annually there are just several sponsors that really are just there for us. And the platinum sponsorship, which is the highest level, it's a table of 8, is German American, Kimball International, and Memorial Hospital and Healthcare Center. And they have been steady for us all these years. We do have some gold sponsors that have already signed up: Freedom Bank, Kimball Electronics, and Springs Valley Bank and Trust. And 1 silver right now, and that is Far Best Foods Incorporated. So.
And you're wanting sponsors. It's open right now.
It's open right now, and you should have received a letter if you sponsored us in years past, so you can respond with that letter that you just received last week. And then you can go on to our website, jasperrotary.com, and click on the Athena button, and then you will find out more information and where to send your money.
And this is a fundraiser. So there is a charity that will receive money. One of the ladies who is named the Athena, yes. Their charity of choice will get funds. But this is also for Rotary. What do you do with the money? What is your projects?
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, okay, maybe we can't go through all the
Yeah.
projects,
No.
but
We'll go
okay.
through all the projects, but the way Rotary International works is
Yeah.
any contributions that come from a district of Rotary, which is like Southwest Indiana's or Southern Indiana's our district, any contributions that come from that district go to Rotary International. For 3 years, Rotary International uses the interest only on that money to combat polio, to help provide clean water, maternal and child health, their focus areas.
Their
At the end
major.
of 3 years, that pot of money comes back to the district, and the district sends it out back to the clubs in the form of grants, which we have to match. And so our other additional funds that we get from the Athena become our matching funds for a grant, which
Down the road.
100% goes back to the community. We really don't use any contributions to us for operating at all.
So this is money that begets more money.
Yes,
Right.
because the
Yes.
foundation, Rotary International's foundation, and, yeah, so, I mean, last year, the total funds received were like $24,000. So 15% of that going to Rotary International, the rest of it going to we have a foundation ourselves, and
then as matching funds for the district grant.
then the 2,000 goes to the charity of choice as well.
Do you know the charities of choice for the ladies?
We don't
We
know
don't-
them in
okay.
advance. Once
Okay.
the final, we always tell them, you need to be thinking about who that's going to be.
Okay.
And then that night, the person that's named.
'Cause they don't know.
Usually get, they don't know in advance that they're going to be named the recipient.
Right.
So we tell them all to prepare a few words because you'll want to get up and say,
This is what
thank
my-
yous or whatever, and then that's when they reveal their charity of choice. And it's been a number of things.
Yeah.
Community Chew, the Sisters of St. Benedict, Girls on the Run, Crisis Connection, many women focused charities have benefited from these contributions from our recipients.
And our current year grant had gone to Tri-County YMCA, and it was a Safe Sitter program. So all these students, and now they were 75 the last time we were here. So it has to be quite a few more that had been able to go through that for no charge at all, because we are paying, the grant that we have is paying for those middle school children to go through that.
And-
One of our grants provided a month's worth of diapers and
Yeah.
a book for every newborn born at Memorial.
And it's still going, because I think we
Yeah,
still
I think
have.
Okay.
there's still some money in the pot that's providing that. TRICAP has been the recipient of some of our
DNR.
community grants, DNR. ATV safety was one of our grants.
Big things, not just small items.
Right.
And
Yeah.
this year, our grant process, I think there was maybe 5 different local groups that came through our Rotary Club to tell us how they would use grant funds and how much they would need. And so we are waiting to see how much we get back from this district that Tonya was talking about, the funds. We have to submit in May, by May 1st, what we need for, so we submitted all those things, and we'll see how much we get back. And then I think this fall we'll announce who
Okay.
will be
Who our
the.
current recipient is.
August may seem like a long way away, but the next thing you know, it's going to be here. So if you're a company, if you would like to help them out by being a sponsor, please contact them.
Yeah.
Also, if you individually know these ladies and want to be part of the event, please buy your tickets now. And it's going to be here before you know it. But talk about what these ladies have done and the successes they have had. And if you see them in public, tell them
Yeah.
thank you very much for what they have done. We know that they don't want the credit, but they deserve the credit.
Absolutely.
Well, Tonya Heim and Julie Duchess, thank you very much for being our guest.
Thanks for having us, Bill.
Thank you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.